Fabulous.
So I haven't done this in a while. I've been in the jungle, literally. Welcome, everyone. Let's see if we can get a better thing here. All right, I guess it's me. What do I need to do? So, welcome everybody. Akasha here. I went on a 3-week pilgrimage into the jungle. Literally, I do live in the Yucatan. Right now, we're having a lot of wind, and I'm back on my beautiful beach. And the most magical part is that the sun is setting over the ocean now. I face north, so it's not like when you're in the Caribbean, you're staring directly at the sunrise and you always see it, it moves. Or in California, we would watch the epic sunset. And here I see nothing because they go back or they come out over the ocean. And so from about a month ago, we started to get to enjoy the sun setting over our pier of our little fishing village. And the sun is now rising. It's a little bit tilted, but anyway, this is super special. Everywhere I go, there is medicine, magical medicine, flower essences and oils, the air, the breath, the energy coming off of the ocean, the energy coming off of the jungle, off of the trees in the jungle, even the one I got poisoned by. Yes, it's very interesting. So I have lived here 9.5 years and I have never been poisoned by this tree. And I go into the jungle all the time and I climb about, and I'm not very good at paying attention to what I am doing, except that many years ago I did discover that there's a Mayan story, a myth, a part of the creation stories. These are psychological dramas. Every spiritual scripture or book or teaching is telling you in its own language. And it's a code, it's an intuitive language, it's a story. It's a story about you. It's a story about us. It's a story about who we are, where we came from, what we are, what we need to remember, where we're going. So what's really cool is that travel alone, I think, is one of the most powerful things you can do. It changes you completely because you can't just stand aside and judge other people. You're in and amongst them. You get to experience their culture, their food, their ways of life. They are very different than you, and yet we are one. What's different when you travel, when you have a loving, peaceful, harmonious, light-filled awareness, the consciousness that you're looking through, the mindset that you're living in, the beliefs that you have, the ideas that you put out, the things that you say. You are a creator. We're all manifestors. Everything is finished. So we've just been through the eclipse season of 2025, the year of the snake. And we've done many shows because I'm all about the energy. I am an intuitive and a seer and an oracle and a homeopathic doctor and I'm a hypnotherapist and a shaman and on and on and on. And to give you the idea that for me, sometimes people say, well, how do you know what to do next? How do you follow your path? How do you discover your purpose? How did you know to go study that? And in 38 years in this life, I've studied so much because I was driven from within. I had a desire. Luckily, my desire was so loud that although I muted probably about 80-90% of it at some point, it came out other places like putting on weight or feeling unworthy or building successes and then having epic failures. So this serpent life is definitely what I have lived. And I know now it was perfect. It was all right. I could have experienced it differently, of course, but it's not to say, oh, I wish that it happened a different way. Now I'm not accepting. So when I started to learn meditation, positive thinking, new age concepts, right? That we could actually say these affirmations and maybe our life would get better. We were buried in a deep, dark level of consciousness. We're still coming out of it. The beauty is that as we're coming out of it, as we're birthing, and I need to share, okay, this is a new friend that's come home from Chichen Itza, where I've been, I think, 10 or 12 times this month, doing a very special shamanic experience for 33 days of Kukulkan, which is the feathered serpent. This is not Kukulkan. This is done by a beautiful Mayan man in the pueblo there. It's absolutely beyond exquisite carving. And yes, that is the person, the Maya, you, me, coming out of this beautiful feathered serpent who is a rattlesnake. So I'm going to be sharing more and more about the ancient wisdoms that I've studied: Egypt, Celtic, Greek, Lakota Sioux, Mayan, and I am writing a book on this sacred mysteries of the Maya, because for me it has felt like I didn't know it till I came here, and many people don't know it because even the history that they existed was really not discussed when I was growing up. I didn't know there were such things. And yes, the Maya are alive. They've been given permission to teach, speak in their own schools, their language again. And this is the same thing that's happened to conquered cultures around the world. The Native Americans in the US and in Canada. Many parts of Central and South America. When I visited Costa Rica, there was a jungle lodge that I went to. And I learned by going through the jungle with an expert on the flora and fauna, okay, and about the plants. They had brought over a lot of plants from other countries to see what would be a sustainable crop in order to help, because the natives were cutting down the forest, or the other people that didn't have any money were cutting down the rainforest, trying to use it for farmland. Makes perfect sense. I need to feed my family. However, you can't regrow a rainforest. There's no dirt, there's no soil. It's a very different environment. So the energetics of the earth shifts throughout time, throughout the day, at dawn and at dusk, on a moon that's a crescent like now. That was so beautiful last night that it was up here as the sun was setting. The full moon coming on the 12th. It's Libra, 23 degrees of Libra, and it's opposing in Aries, by the way, and it's opposing Chiron. And you know, we love Chiron and we love Aries, and we love these wounded healers, discordant or supposedly perceived as stirring things up. That's Eris, Eris. Eris is another like Chiron, that is the female aspect, and she's called the goddess of discord. Yet what she does is say, is this really what you want? Is this the truth? Isn't it time to look underneath? Isn't it time to say, I'm done hiding? Isn't it time to not worry about upsetting everybody? I love her. So this is what I mean when I say that the world is alive, and that you are alive, and that you're divine and you're human. And this discussion, or the way I was raised, is that you were just a body that was going to die and rot in the soil. There was no soul. There was no purpose. There was no life outside of what you see. It was planning, working hard, being good, paying your bills, never getting in trouble, don't embarrass anybody. I did my very best, like most of you, to fit into that. We are no longer able to do that. If you hadn't already quit, it's 11:11. Woo! If you hadn't already quit that game, or on the path to disconnecting from the people pleasing, from doing what everybody says you should or want, doing things or not doing things because it upsets people, it's nothing about them. And it isn't a permission to be mean to anyone. You must unplug from blame and judgment, because that hooks you into guilt, and guilt is sunken down in the second lowest state of consciousness. This is where the world is wallowing around. This is a new reality. The eclipses are two doors. They're doors into an etheric realm. They're doors into a wormhole through time and space that only you are on. We're all on our own. And throughout those 2 weeks-ish, you have an opportunity to be eclipsed from, eclipse, cut off from. The lunar eclipse is about your feminine, but it's about your emotions. It's about your wants. It's not the whole of the feminine. The feminine is the power, the one creative power, the power that can hold everything together, the Gaia, the Ishel. That is the essence that doesn't have anything else that's needed. Then from that one essence that holds, creates, destroys, births, resurrects, all of that, okay, comes from the divine mother, the divine sacred feminine, we call it. It's not a gender or a person, and it has nothing to do with you, and it is not insulting anyone. So leave all that judgment at the door and keep looking deeper. So that's the first thing. I was told just before the call started, there's a lot of energy here that wants to come through. So I'm going to let go in a moment. During this eclipse, you traveled. Everything you thought and felt and did before it and during it decided where you are now. I tell you this every eclipse. I tell you this in my classes. I invite you to join the Wishes Fulfilled. We are continuing it for a few more months. You can join starting Monday is our first one, whether you can come live or not. There's people who are in it. And it is got a group that many people manifested coming to this retreat. And it wasn't just that they manifested something they wanted against ideas, perceptions, and reality that said you can't, and that's very true. It's also that they inspired each other, and they inspired each other because they were on a path of looking in themselves. If you really want to know what is the new reality, what's the possibility for you? Well, I can tell you one, you can wish for, you can have, you can develop the ability, you can remember, you can read the energies I'm talking about, you can be called to the places or to the symbols or to the spirit guides that are waiting, that are ready for you, that you've already worked with, that you just need to remember because everything's created. All the hard work we were taught we had to do, people pleasing, working hard, waiting, paying your dues, putting your spirituality on hold. This is not an option. It is death. It is living death. We're waking up. We can't be slaves anymore. We've been slaves to the collective vision, and the collective vision is shifting and falling apart, and therefore reaching out and grasping like a person in desperation. You need to remove yourself from the jaws of desperation. You were recognized during this eclipse. And it is so powerful that the energy that's moving in my throat and my higher heart is so, and across my shoulders, is so profound right now, because this is a message you must get, but you must get it here. Your voice has been cut off. Who are you? Do you speak up? Do you know what you want? Do you even speak truth to yourself? Do you speak destructive thoughts? Do you think creative thoughts? Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, everything, every day doesn't matter. And especially when you go to sleep in that divine feminine creative womb, it will replicate as if you have impregnated the divine with exactly what you felt when you went to sleep, exactly what you believe. Now, how do you break that pattern? That's why we're walking together, moment by moment, day by day, because this energy is welled up inside of you. You are ready to explode. So the first time you speak up, the first time you ask for what you want, or the next time, now that you've evolved into something new, the new reality that we're in has different laws, different in the sense that they show up, you relate to them differently. They're literal, they're fast, they're going to be in your face, and your shedding is going to be this month of April. And this full moon that's coming is a balanced full moon, but it's in Aries. It's positive. It's confident. It's on fire. It's moving forward. It wants to just bang down walls to get what it wants. I'm number one. I'm first. We need to harness that energy without letting the ego get a hold of it and go insane, because banging down doors is not good. However, what are the positive and empowering aspects of that? This ram is like a goat. It can climb any rocky mountain. It is steady and sturdy on its feet no matter where it is. That means if the world is falling apart, if your job is leaving, if your relationship, your family, your environment, your home, your everything, okay, is changing and shifting. What you want is changing and shifting. You've got to listen to it. You have to follow it. You cannot sit and try to cling and hang on as this incredible meltdown happens. It is like what I'm being shown right now is like a giant earthquake, and things are just continuing to shake and to fall apart. And pretty soon there's no recognizable buildings. It's just rubble, and you're grasping on the rubble. But I have to save my home and my this and my that and who I am and what I thought I was. And I work so hard for it, and I can't lose all that. And I have so little, and all those stories. Oh my God. It's a tidal wave. This is what April's going to do. So March gave us that beautiful equinox in the middle. And oh my God, was it divine? I did, excuse me for 1 minute. All right, I was trying to show you my cup. I was a little close to the handle. Follow your dreams. And I love fun cups. I have tons of them. Some have unicorns, some have flamingos, some are gold, some are from Mayan sites that I go to all the time that have the pyramid on them. Some are fancy, some are not. And it's the energy. So, right, the energy that's going into the liquid that you're drinking. Again, what is the energy? What is the intention? You can change it. You can take something that you've put fear and toxins into, like your body, like your liquids, like your blood, like your mind, like your chakras, like everything, okay, that is poisoning you and infecting you. And you can start to cleanse it. You can take the same liquid that's full of poisons and start to see it pure. Start to ask for that future you that knows how to create, because you have grown a new rattle. So there's a lot of secrets I want to share this year about the energy of the snake. We did several shows. Make sure you check out the one on Portal to Ascension on their podcast as well. And we had several guests. It was amazing. The thing is that this is a plumed serpent. What is that? That's a combination of a bird with feathers and a snake. A snake is earth element, and the wings, of course, are air element. They're also spirit. They're also depicted in headdresses. They're depicted in Isis. They're depicted in the third eye from Egypt. Been through many Egyptian mystery schools, and the similarities to the Maya is quite stunning in all of them, actually. But they have the snake coming from the forehead. It's called the uraeus. That represents the third eye. When you see the Egyptian third eye, there's a bird, and then there's this weird eye, which is actually, right, the cross section of your brain. It's your corpus callosum. If you cut your brain in half, don't do that. You can look it up. You see the exact weird Egyptian eye. It includes the pituitary, pineal, corpus callosum, thalamus, hypothalamus. These are all glands that are your all-seeing eye. As you awaken spiritually, as you evolve physically, this is what's happening right now. So we're in the middle of a decade, approximately, of massive metamorphosis, societal reset. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. So you might as well be present, be you, own your power, decide you're here as an intentional master, and realize that here's the potential. Anybody who comes to the show, listens to the show, is in my community, this is true for. I asked them when they started to tell me this. Mystery schools are called mystery schools because we were in the darkness, and the platform, the ninth wave of consciousness, is unity. It happened in 2012 on December. It was not, the Mayan never said that the world were, and the Maya ever said the world was ending. They said it was the end of a cycle, and some modern person who doesn't understand anything said that, and everybody repeated it like a bunch of sheeple. Please don't be a sheeple. Please unplug. Please do not tell the state story. Please question what you're saying. Look deeper within yourself. There's light here now. You've grown a new crown chakra. In the rattlesnakes, okay, they have rattles and they grow a new rattle every time they shed. What is that to us? Shedding an identity. You've just done that in the eclipse for friggin' sure. Okay. So many, you may not know who you are right now. Most of my students are blissed out, floating through life, seeing things from happiness, staying in their power, connecting with people more deeply, coming back. Some people have said, oh, I have to put my integration on hold while I deal with life. That's not what I want you to do. That's the point. We are the ones now that take the ancient mystery schools. We have to remember the ancient mysteries we hold. We know the schools we've been to, the priestesses we've been, the wisdom that we've held, you might have been an engineer or an architect in Atlantis. I don't know. You have access to this. Time is fluid. Time is a spiral. Time is here. You can be here. Now, I want you to realize that you are the one creating your future. That means the next moment may be completely created already for you. In fact, most days when you wake up, your day is kind of pre-planned for you by who you have been all of your life and what you went to sleep with. Okay, so it's important now to realize going through the eclipses was a little bit like leaving your life, like a long dream, like leaving your body in the care of other energies. So Mother Earth, Gaia, Pachamama, for us here in the Maya land, it's Ixchel, along with the grandmother, who's the heart of the earth. And she sits there and says, give me your shit, grinds it into a beautiful cacao powder and gives you back a medicine of beauty and love, or gems, or corn, or wisdom, or pearls. So the transmutational power is the grandmother, Ishmukane, and together with Ixchel, who's the earth mother, mother of the moon, mother of all the elements and all of the things in the earth and the roots and the crystals and so on. And this is what it's been caring for you and your body while you've gone through this eclipse. Now, your focus, your consciousness was somewhere else. If you were on the retreat with me, your consciousness was at the pyramid or at 4 a.m. when we went to see the dawn and got 7. I know I got 7 initiations of the solar, the sun rising. It's called a solar initiation, and it comes right here and you watch it go through. You can see it with your eyes. You can see the whole solar disk defined while the sun is coming through. The temple actually transforms the energy, and it's a whole head. It has 2 windows, and it's truly, everybody on this retreat also said this is, I would do that again in a minute. It's so profound. So whether you had to get up at 3 a.m. To do that, you felt present, and yet you weren't present in your body. Your body was walking in life, doing its thing, resting, and being renewed, nourished. And this is true for everyone. So please acknowledge that. Take a moment within you to say thank you to the Mother Earth, to the divine feminine energy, the creative energy, the creator energy. The beautiful thing about the divine feminine is that it sheds and it resurrects and it destroys and it dies and it's reborn, and it's never in grief or sadness or loss or lack, because it is nonstop, constant abundance. You've stepped into a new reality. You can move forward from this moment, from this week. Right now, we are really starting to swim into the energies after the eclipses. Portals open and they linger both directions. You feel them before, like the full moon, a few days, and after. And the moon energies often affect us. The new moon, which was on our lunar eclipse just a few days ago, was the new moon. The new moon is when you plant the seeds. So if you haven't consciously taken a moment to think about who am I now and what seeds would I plant now? Which seeds do I want to water now? I've planted so many seeds over the years, but now that I have gone through this, now that I've risen to a new level of consciousness, now that I've shifted into understanding that my spirit, my divine self is equal to my human self, but greater. Okay. Greater meaning it knows more, it has more power, it has infinite possibilities, it knows my purpose, it has my blueprint in my conscious physical 3D body. I cannot be aware of that. I'm meant to be focused in the now moment. This is the heart of the earth and the heart of the sky. In that, you are the center heart. You are the third, the heart above and the heart below. This is your body and your personal chakras, your 7 centers. There's many more. You have these 2 are crown chakras. We have knees, we have feet, we have the earth star, the soul star. And I'm going to be birthing the 33 chakras, the 33 vertebrae, and the sacred shamanic rituals and altars and practices that you can do to attune your light body and re-enter it, re-merge with it in a conscious way that you begin to walk together, because that's the capacity that we need now to fully embrace the energies that are possible. So I'm going to give you an example. If you have I'm going to just use ages of people because I don't want to offend anybody. This isn't an insult. Everybody is where they are, and they are where they are because it's where they choose to believe they are. And if you come into a program like Wishes Fulfilled, or you come to the Oracle class, or both, that's coming hopefully in June, we will have for every day you have the possibility of seeing what is you and what isn't you. What is a program? What is a condition? What is a habit? And then not be, oh no, I have this. It's going to take me 1,000 years to change it. No, you can choose right now. You can go to bed tonight and you can go to bed in your wish fulfilled. I don't know what my wish is. I can't imagine having what I want. I've never felt safe knowing what I want. Heard that 1,000 times. Don't worry about it. What would it feel like? Would it just be to feel peace, feel happy? Would it be to understand what I'm saying and just take what I'm saying and realize what I'm saying is I'm speaking to your heart. My throat chakra is on fire and it's speaking to your throat chakra. I'm moving in like your fairy goddess mother into your auric field, but only to the level that you are willing to accept it. I can't invade your space and I can't create for you, but I can give you the answer. I can give you the medicine. I can exude this light. I can bring this. I can tell you in words what this is, or I can show this to you and trigger a memory or a key code or a healing or a release or an opening or an understanding or an idea or a healing in your body. All of these things are possible because they all exist. You could be whole and healed and happy and healthy and in harmony and peace and feel wealthy, whether you have money or not, which is totally the secret. Okay. And then have money, fine. But if you don't worry about it. Like seriously, there's so much for you right now. All of this is available. You chose where you went, maybe not consciously. Maybe you did. And I can tell you unequivocally that the powerful, amazing people that came on these 2 retreats that I just did these are incredible experiences. You meet people that you love. You have powerful experiences. You get to see things that, maybe that adventure person within you, or your interest in other cultures, and try other foods and experience what it's like to be in the jungle and to be in a jungle town. And to see these sacred sites and to have the codes come out of the stones and speak to you and activate you, and to do activations and toning and healing and sound healings in caves and with me and with experts and Mayan ceremonies and be blessed by a master of light who came out to greet us, which is just beyond stunning. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of these experiences with you as individual examples of manifesting your magic, manifesting your life right now, because I want with every part of my being for you to understand that right now you are healed, whole, and happy. but it can't be through force. It can't be through grasping. It can't be through pushing. And the more we do that, and believe me, I spent most of my life doing that. And I got success that way. So it really fucks with your mind when you go, but I made $1 million by working really, really, really hard and having no life and fucking up my health and being depressed and just, and letting all of my life fall apart and, like whatever, right? Whatever actually ended up happening. It's not that you can't have success. It's that if you chase it, you're saying that you don't have it and you have to chase it. So you will always have to chase it. If you fear that it will go away, which is what I did because it kept going away, then I kept building a new one with that energy inside of it that said, this is going to go away at some point. And it fucking did. Okay. We are the creator. We are the only one, only one. That doesn't mean that you don't care about people. You realize everything is a reflection of you. And you're the only source of that reflection. So when you say he did this and why did they do that and they do that, and wow, I was slapped in the face during my 7-day pilgrimage that I did the week prior to my retreats. And then I had the 2 weeks of the retreats. And then I had a few days on my journey on the way home. Everything is sacred to me. I take every moment, every day, this experience, I activate my light body. I create an infinity healing chamber. I call in the spirits. I talk to the guides. I commune with nature. I didn't go on the beach this morning. I really enjoyed last night. I did an 1.5 hour walk on the beach when the sun was setting, and it was friggin' epic. And it changes. The energy changes. The color changes. I get closer to it. I walk away from it. It's at my back. The crescent moon was there. This is an energy bath. Are you realizing that you don't need to go to an expensive spa and do it if you like it? Okay. But you don't have to. You don't have to feel separate from, oh, I'm lacking that. You can do it in your own forest, in your own backyard, in your own meditation room. You could paint the jungle or a sunset. Or I bought this epic thing once when I lived in California, in Carlsbad, in San Diego, for 3 years before I came to Mexico. I think it was at IKEA, was this huge wall hanging, and it was made out of fabric and a thin piece of wood, so it didn't weigh anything, but it was enormous, and it was just the picture of a wave. It was an enormous wave, and my whole room was painted blue, and I had this blue canopy over my bed and everything, and there was no furniture in my room at all except my water bed and that, and we were faced in a weird way in the middle of the room, and this is how I live my life, energy. So it was all about water and emotion and energy and cooling. And I have the same thing now. You see my wall is painted blue, and it's several different colors of blue as it goes around the room. This is a casita. It's a little house. It's basically a big studio. There's a kitchen, a bathroom, dining room, and this living area, and then it goes out to the pool and the beach. And we use it as an office. We have help cooking, or if we have guests, they can stay in here and so on. So this is like a second living room. We don't have a bed in here really at the moment. The blue, however, was even told to me as a fire sign that I need to wrap myself in blue because the fire is so intense right now. And so I was like, well, take a look. Even my bedroom is blue. So blue is an energy. Blue is a frequency. Blue is a ray of creation. Blue is a chakra color. Blue is a harmonic frequency. It's a song. It's a note. Blue can be expressed numerically, geometrically, visually. But we have to remember that our bodies, as gorgeous and wonderful as they are, and they're a temple, and every temple built in every country in the entire world is connected. All the pyramids are connected. I've been saying this for eons. They're all connected energetically. They show me that energy. And I have pictures of the Kukulkan pyramid, the big Chichen Itza pyramid. And afterwards, we always look at our pictures. All of the people on the retreat started doing this because you take the pictures and then you go back and you go through them. You're like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, I'm smiling there. Oh my God, what's that? It captures some of the energies, right? The digital photography likes to screen out the things, that the energetics that are there that the old cameras used to catch. However, we still get that. And I looked at this one picture, and there's this beam of light coming out or in or out, whatever you want to call it, directly into the pyramid. I think it's coming out kind of like this. And this is what pyramids do, okay? So when you go there, you're activated. The stones speak. That means the stones that you walk on, anywhere near you, the stones that your wall or your fence are built out of. The waters are in the earth. There's the ones that fall from the rain. And that's what my friend Maria calls yang water. That's in my master dowsing. I'm becoming a master dowser. I'm in year 2, level 2 this year. It's very fascinating stuff. Adds to the energy because I've learned radionics of life and energy work of all kinds. And I can see energy now, which I couldn't do for a long time. So don't worry about it if you don't. It evolves. And then dolphins do energy work, and I can see some of it when they want me to, and energetics. And so everything evolves and draws you forward. I already know how to master pendulum, so I never thought dowsing was interesting. And then I found out that all these energies in the earth relate to all the sacred sites, all the temples, all the pyramids, all the churches, all the stone circles, everything that was intentionally used. Even the dragons' caves were over vortexes of certain types of energies. And like I was saying earlier, they change whether it's dawn or dusk, whether the moon is at this part of its cycle or that part of its cycle, and Venus, and on and on and on. And what I love about Maria, and why we're doing 2 retreats together coming up, please join me. I'm going to get the official page done this week in September. Here's the reason to come to England and Glastonbury in September. I have secured Maria, whose new best-selling book, The Secret History of Stonehenge, and documentary made about it. And she's on Gaia TV, so look her up. She's amazing. She's a master dowser. Her father was a dowser. She learned with people around the world. She has inherited a library of amazing, deep, secret knowledge that's like a mystery school of its own. And she is passionate as a druid, as a woman who's very, very strong in our connection around that sacred feminine being revived, being honored, not just women speaking up, but everyone. The masculine energy coming more into their feminine, the feminine energy, letting go of trying to falsely be masculine, all of us falling into balance. And that aspect is very powerful because the goddess is calling, the priestesses are arising, they're being seen and felt and speaking at these sacred sites. The stones have always been filled with the energy of every sacred ceremony, every sacred person, priest, priestess, king, queen, medicine woman, elder, wise woman, whatever. Okay, so if time is all done, everything is already exists, and we've been given access for the last 13 years. Woo, that's significant. To the platform, the level of consciousness of unity. How much have you gone into it? So I want to take you through a few little questions so that you can start to look at where are you after the reality, and realize that you don't have to be like, oh no, maybe I screwed up the eclipses. I didn't think the right thing. It's okay. Whatever you did was perfect in the moment. It was the right thing. You have to start to accept that, not doubt it, not waste your energy going back to it. Please don't drag old shit into the future. Please do not give power to the past to create your future. Please stop saying, I hope this will happen. One day it will happen. I can see it happening. Start saying, it is done. It is now. I am at peace. My path is lined with harmony and peace. Joyful, helpful people appear. Magical doors open. I am a master of what? What are you a master of? You're a master of light. You're a master of your soul path. You're the only one who knows how to live your mission. And if we as a collective and you as an individual keep holding on to that identity that I shouldn't speak up, or I'm weird, or I'm different, or they don't like it, who cares? I'm sorry. You can't wait any longer. You need to live now. You need to be you now. So when you come to work with me, yes, I loving and I feed you wonderful things, and I give you wonderful experiences, and I orchestrate and curate the up and down, because I know you're going to go through a journey. I know you're going to go through just deciding to come on a retreat or deciding to work with me. You're going to go through, well, I don't know, because part of you knows you're going to shift. And the part of you that wants that shift, your desire has to be so strong, whether you know what it is or not, that you surrender to it, that you let it lead you, that you remember right now, Okay, we're going into that Aries moon. You could put yourself into the full moon. The full moon is the harvest. Right now, you're leaving the seeding and planting time. What are you going to water today? What are you going to let bloom in the next full moon? And remember, yes, there's stuff that you planted a long time ago and 3 days ago and 6 weeks ago and last year before you knew any of this. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Don't waste your energy on it. Just be like, okay, there's plenty of stuff in your reality that somebody else thought up. Everything's imagination. This is just an imagined world. All right. You make it real by breathing life into it, by believing it, by choosing it. And you're the only one who can stop. Don't go into did-a-do, who, what, where, how. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let the circus go. Be still, be present, be in the now. Your conscious self, your human self, your divine self need to marry, need to communicate, need that peaceful center in your heart throat. This is a communication center. Ba-boom, ba-boom, in and out, not just voice, okay? This is your higher heart. This is your heart. This is the grand center of your soul. And the higher heart is never opened for anybody that I know of, maybe, but we were at such a low state of consciousness, we couldn't handle it. All right. So in this eclipse, you were gifted, and you were gifted not just with this transportation, this opportunity to be eclipsed from your emotions, a full lunar eclipse. And when that full moon reemerged from being eclipsed, it was a new, cleansed, pure. It was from a different world. It was from a different place than the moon that you went into that eclipse on. And on that 13th of March, as that eclipse happened, you said goodbye. As my friend Donna Stellhorn says, you shut one door, you've left that room, you can never go back. To me, the door melts into a wall, the wall disappears into infinity, and I'm standing in a completely new place. Now, from where you are, there is no time and space, and I now gift you with divine vision of the jaguar, the symbol of the sun and Lemuria and divine feminine, now coming down, crossing into the dark, into the night, marrying with the serpent, the symbol of Atlantis and the sacred masculine, walking with you between the worlds, transitioning from light to dark to light to a new light. You see with this divine vision, anything that I am ready, willing, open, and is optimal for me to see, know, or download, understand, or integrate from this eclipse season that I have just been through, I now connect to, receive, and in great gratitude allow to enter me. Surrender, just surrender. There's nothing to do. Nothing. Be nothing. Be open. Relax your shoulders more. Take a deep breath in. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. Let the breath go. And clarity is yours. Divine vision. Grandmother Jaguar. She is here. She says, let's look what happened during the eclipse. From being cut off from your emotions, what did you free? Give it to me. She's grinding it on her metate, like corn to make a tortilla, like cacao to make a loving medicine. Grinding, you released, and now when you entered the equinox, that beautiful divine moment of perfect balance where you could stand in your light and your heart and receive the download of the sacred sun and receive the love through the dark womb of the Mother Earth beneath you. Everything that I ground, I gave back to you. A gem, a pearl in your heart. The light and the dark mixed around your heart. Recognize, realize, give thanks. Breathe in all the medicine, all the wisdom, all that I released and received in this equinox, known and unknown. I now accept and allow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let that breath now pulse out. That is the command you've given. Your word is the creator. It is telling your cells, your mind. It is telling your chakras and your aura. It is telling your emotional field, and it is telling your mind, your beliefs, your mindset. Shed, 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 let go. This balanced energy is ours now. Release, replace, renew. Release, replace, renew. Now, Grandmother Jaguar, Ishmukane, come to me. Thank you for transforming, transmuting. I am ready now to travel from the equinox out this lunar eclipse this solar eclipse. Now, watch with the grandmother from deep in the heart of the earth, surrounded with love. Ishel pours the moonlight over you. You feel bathed, purified, renewed. Whatever you have done, wherever you have moved, you are at a higher state. You are a state of love, peace. You have forgiven, you have let go, you have transcended. You are held in this light. And as your sun yourself was partially eclipsed, and you passed through that portal into this now, watch with me, with the heart of the earth, the love of the mother. Watch yourself, bathe yourself in love. Send yourself the codes for the future of your wishes. All you desire is there waiting for you. Give her those keys. Give her that love. This and something better. This and something better. Now you feel a precious metal, a gift from Ishel, Gaia, the Creator Mother. She places it in your right palm. You absorb it into your crown. You emerge the divine feminine. You are birthed from that birth canal of the eclipses, and now you are here. You are standing over your body. You can see and sense your room. You can see and sense the thoughts and all of the energies in your field, but you are separate from it. Our sacred guide, Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, filling you with divine sunlight, awakening your kundalini so you can live from your own life force, and the bringer of your own divine wisdom that comes only on the frequency of unconditional love. This is on offer to you right now. Your rattle is your crown chakra. As you shed who you were, notice if you are holding on like bark or dead leaves, hold on to a tree that has let go, that has withdrawn its life force. Dead skin, be like the dolphin. Shed 6, 7, 8 more times a day. Let it go. Rebirth, renew, release. You are the cycles of life. The feathers of your spirit lift you up, bring you lightness. Your new crown is here, and you have been recognized. It is your choice from this moment forward. Will you embrace the mysteries? Will you continue this path, or will you put it on pause? Will you embrace your spirit as important or more important than any other aspect of your life? Your divine life is the purpose for your physical life. You are to enjoy. You are to release. You are to remember. I shed now that. I shed that which is old, that which is outdated, that which is full of fear, blame, judgment, shame, victimhood, anger, desperation, grief, misery. I shed pride. I shed desperation. I shed craving and enslavement. I shed all layers of heavy states. They no longer serve me. I am a master of light. You hear the rattle that is moving around you and through you, shaking away the dead, honoring that which has gone before you, allowing yourself to be filled with the rainbow light, the medicine of Ishel, bringing you the rays of creation, the harmonics, the frequencies that align, that heal, that resurrect, that renew. Allow the rainbow light to pour through you. As you shed, you are filled more and more with the rainbow light. And White Buffalo Calf Woman says, remember that if you are to carry the peace pipe, you must honor peace above all. You must be peace within you. You are one of the rainbow tribe. You have come. You are here. It is time to remember. The sacred sign has come to you during this path. You have been recognized by a sacred master. You have been given many signs, and one that you know. You know. You might be hiding from it because of what it means. There's nothing to fear. You are now here. We are here. We are reunited. Isis and Athena and Nike line the path. The divine corn maiden, Hathor, Lakshmi. We honor the goddesses that are being honored this week in India and many places. We honor Mary and all Marys as they represent one frequency of light. Marie, Mary, the sea, purity, the place that all is birthed, nurtured, purified, and renewed. Death is required, but not the way that you think. We honor this sacred moment of rebirth, O Esther, Demeter, Persephone, as she rises again to the surface, and the mother, Demeter, is so happy. She unleashes the love from her heart and life, renewal. Flowers, spring, sprouts, seeds are warmed. The earth is sleeping in the south and awakening in the north. And you are one with both poles, above and below. Recognize that at all times, like a dolphin, only part of you sleeps, dies, composts, renews, nourishes, and the other is growing, sprouting, spreading, reaching towards the sun, running through the emerald jungle, remembering the most important lesson of the Maya. I invite you into the vision, the cosmo-vision, the blue heart, the blue beating heart of truth of the ancient Maya. Wise, loving, balanced. The true Maya came here from the Pleiades through Lemuria and Atlantis and seated with Itzamna and Ichel, bringing the wisdom like Thoth brought to Egypt, the spiritual technology, building the temples based on Atlantis, based on sacred principles, based on symbols, wisdom. Infused, these are books. They connect to you, to your soul. Anytime, any place you can travel. And to be Maya, this is the Mayab, which means the land of the few, which means the land of the chosen ones. I invite you to enter the blue heart of truth and the cosmic, loving, unconditional love and sacred wisdom of the Maya. To be Maya is not a particular skin color, gender, DNA, species, culture. It does not depend where you were born, what your lineage is, what your color of your skin or your thoughts or your religion. None of this is what determines a Maya. You are a chosen one if you choose yourself. You have chosen yourself to be here now, to be aware, to be a creator, to live on purpose, to spread harmony, to spread love, to be you in the fullest expression you can be. And in order to do that, you must first choose yourself. Choose yourself in your day, in your schedule. Choose yourself to think loving, supportive, positive, and empowering thoughts. Have a self-image, a self-vision, an idea of who you are. Live in that, not in where you are. Honor, respect the past, you and all you've been through as if you were an elder, and choose to be you. Choose everything you've been given. Choose every initiation you missed and you went through, every failure, every success. Choose it all. And choose yourself now to enter this new portal and this month of great change and great opportunity. Surrender, let go. Ishel says, I pour the rainbow down through you. If you choose, it will infuse you in every moment. It will blend with your spiraling tube torus light body, and it will fill your heart and rest in your sacred serpent, the sacral, the kundalini power. It is time to understand that karma and dharma are not what you think. You are not trapped and you are not imprisoned. You've already been gifted your jewels. It is time to remember that you choose darkness or light, rainbows or gray, that you choose the future, that you chose the past, that there is nothing to blame, nothing to remember. This is who you are. The reality is yours. Enter, shed, allow, this is a welcoming ceremony. Thank you. We are one in Lakech, Alakin. You are another me. I am another you. We live in a world of reflections. There is not one place that you can look that is not a reflection of you. Right now, I'm a reflection of you. Right now, if you are ready for awakening, you are hearing my voice and you are being inspired, excited, and maybe even full of fear around what's possible for you. Yet you feel ready, ready to soar, ready to fly, ready to allow those wings to lift you up, ready to shed the skin and the limits that have held you back, known and unknown. I am here because you have called me. You are here because we have been together. Because all of this is already done. We were here once in imagination, and now we are here in the 3D. What will you be? What will you bring the mother? Tonight I will be there waiting for you. Michelle has asked me to bring her magic, her medicine. Michelle holds the lotus flower. She has the awakened Kundalini and third eye snake on her head, just like the Egyptians in just a different way. And the serpent is wrapped in an infinity symbol. It's hard to see when it's like this, but it's actually an infinite symbol of rebirth, constantly shedding and rebirthing, growing your feathers, descending God, goddess, reascending. All the Maya were trained as priests and priestesses to the first few levels because they knew they were divine and human. And from birth, they looked at their chart. They knew who they were to become. You're going to be a shaman. You're going to be a whatever. And they were helped, guided, and encouraged from birth. You choose what you are allowed. That's it. You're the only guardian at your gate. So if you would like, I will meet you as you enter dream time. I am a shaman, I'm a seer, I'm a mentor. And as a spiritual teacher, my guide and guidance is to take you through transitions, is to transform what you are done with, whether you know it or not, and to help you on that path. I encourage your future. I embody it so that you can move towards it with more ease. And I see where you are so that I can help you understand what to unravel. Ishel is the moon goddess. Ishel is the earth goddess. Ishel is the goddess of the moon, the medicine, the rainbow, women, fertility, abundance, the rabbit, the jaguar. And she is my kitty. She is my home. She is all around us. She is right here over my heart. And I invite you to get to know her better, to simply open your heart to her. It is another way of experiencing Gaia, but also a very different way of experiencing. It is a very empowering way of reconnecting to your divine feminine because it raises your nurturing energy without depleting you. Our way of mothering, our way of creating, our way of making things happen is not working. It is keeping your creation from you. So allowing the sacred feminine to come to hold us, to surrender into what is ready for us, to surrender to know that in my conscious moments, I'm meant to be here. And if I am with my children or I am at my job, it does not mean that I leave behind my spiritual path. I need to say, who am I now? And I go into my job not as who I was. It's not like I'm going to put on a costume and do a play as that exact same character and then take off the costume and go home and then put back on the costume of who I've become. Doesn't matter if you were on my retreat or not. I do know if you were on my retreat, you had a massive transformation and you're experiencing bliss about it. Maybe you're experiencing, other things that are fun and some that aren't fun. And I have my tree poisoning going all the way up my legs. Fascinating beyond belief, every aspect of it, whether you perceive it as good or bad. So surrender, please. Everything is a medicine. Medicine, not like, not medicines made by man. Some of those are needed. Please be careful. However, the medicine is in the energy. It is in the intent. It is in the color. It is in the frequency. It is in the love. It is in you rising to a higher state and simply going to courage. Gives you inspiration, allows you to release all of these energies that are in the world right now, grasping, desperate energy is very, very intense, sticky, seductive. If somebody is pushing you in a particular way, even if you're interested in it, like selling you something, back off, be in stillness. There is nothing that you need that if you don't decide till after you go into the mother, after you allow yourself to relax, to realize you have everything you need, is this really what aligns with your future? Okay. I want you to remember you are the master of your life. Thank you for creating your reality. Thank you for starting to recognize that you've grown a new rattle. These are revered if they are owned in the physical by a shaman. Having a rattle with 7 rattles is quite powerful medicine. Even just one is powerful medicine, not just as a frequency sound healing, like a rattle. I don't know if you can hear it. This is my Nui shell rattle that was made for me. This is my Nui shell drum that I got from my Mayan priest. So I'm enjoying my medicine, but this is the rattle, right? And in many different ways, it loosens and frees energy. Blessing, bringing this energy in. You may not feel like you've grown a new crown chakra. What does that mean? We have a crown chakra that is the 7th chakra. It has coronets, just like if you put a crown on from an ancient king or a English queen with all the different points. That's why they had them there. That's why they put jewels there. They knew that to enhance the crown chakra, to open their higher state. In the beginning, rulers, their purpose was part of their mission, their spiritual mission, because they came with skills to create peace and harmony, to think for the higher good and not be afraid of power, but not misuse power. And then we've been living in the world of misused power, extreme, horrible. The way we think it's okay to treat our children, each other, ourselves, to go to war, to judge, to hate, to just blah, blah. Okay. So that's not the life you need to live in. That is a life that you lived in. It is happening around you. It is a part of your past. It is still in the stream of your creation because you've been living it, because you believed it. The more you listen to it, the more you go on to a social media feed and scroll everybody's stories and everybody, even if they're talking positive stuff, 55 other people's ideas means what? You're not listening to your own spirit. Make sure you have quiet time every day, peaceful time every day. Ponder the idea. What has shifted in my crown chakra? Let's talk about the caduceus for a second. Excuse me. I'm wondering if I have one around here. So the caduceus is the medical symbol. It's got the 2 snakes weaving back and forth up the staff in the middle. Usually the staff has a little ball at the top. That's your pineal gland. Okay. That's one of the glands in your 3rd eye. It is your eye. Okay. It's your 6th chakra. And then you see wings, okay, usually at the top of the staff. It's called the staff of Hermes, who is Thoth. And many of these masters were sent from Atlantis intentionally with a lot of technology, with their own spaceships or whatever they traveled, however you want to call it. And they buried them, like Thoth writes in the Emerald Tablets. He buried it under the Sphinx. He buried it in a certain spot near there. And now they're suddenly going, oh my gosh, there's stuff underneath the pyramid. And I'm like, duh, you know. I even went there once with Thoth, and he picked the pyramid up and showed me everything that was down underneath there. So all of these wisdoms are coming back to us. They're arising in consciousness because we're at a state of consciousness, or we have the possibility for a state of consciousness of unity. What do you want to unite with? What parts of you? What wisdom? You don't need to know exactly. However, you need to be aware. Are you reuniting with the past? So I did have, thank you for reminding me, shoot screen. I did have for you, that's not it. So let's cancel that. Okay. Let's see if this one's it. Yay, and it opened. Aren't we lucky? So I don't even know what I was talking about. Hang on here. Ta-da. Okay, technology. Hi, guys. Hi, Lama and Holly. Hi, Holly. Brittany, hi. Oh, these are people on the retreat. Oh, hi, Witness. Hi, Kier and Magus Michael. Oh, my gosh. So let me share so you can have a few questions to play with this. I'm going to do another show very soon, I think Friday morning. And I have so much coming through. I'm working on my books, I guess. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Thank you. There we go. So all of the Mayan wisdom that we've integrated and all the other ancient mysteries that I've been working with for many, many years, they come together and they have these similarities. So when we work with the cosmic energies, like we have been working with the moons, the eclipses, when we marry that with what's coming forward for you. So I have people ask me about Thoth, because Thoth is who I channeled my light body school through. Thoth is one of my very primary guides. I went through 3 mystery schools of Egypt. I'm a Melchizedek master at the 5.5 level, a Guidon master and a Kamadon master. And those were through Melchizedek, Metatron, and Thoth, and also all the sacred geometry, the left eye, the right eye of Horus. Those are the two, the masculine and the feminine mystery schools. They have different things. So as people pop up and say, Thoth is showing up for me, and I was told, or I feel like asking you, or I thought of you, then I always direct you to the Emerald Tablets. Start with the Emerald Tablets. You can sleep with it, get the one that has the translation. Try to get one where somebody didn't mess with it. It's just the original translation by somebody named Dorian or Dory or something. I know it's not a real name. It's a spiritual name. And then I come to the Maya land and I start to learn here, and I'm like, this is the same wisdom. So Itzamna, I climbed the pyramid on the first eclipse. I made all these videos for you, and then I could not, to save my life, upload them. They wouldn't sync with the cloud. So there was a major reason why I was not allowed to share that with you. I was so happy. It was a complete guided thing that I happened to go by that pyramid and didn't know I could climb it, climbed up the back a little ways, ended up spending over an hour and a half up there doing ceremony, doing videos. It was epic. Ended up at the peak. I'm going to be going back and spending a few days there. And it was Itzamna's pyramid. And Itzamna is like Thoth. It's like the seed that came with Ishal from Atlantis. Came and brought the technology, built all the pyramids and all of these sacred sites based on the sacred transformational temples of Atlantis. So that's true for Egypt. There's Lemurian temples here. There's ancient, I went to Old Chichen, which is all Atlantean, has Atlantean beings carved, has a temple of the turtle, and was a completely different energy. Oh my gosh, it was just amazing. So these are the things that I did. I use up the energy when I know I'm going through eclipses, when I know I'm going into a time like, I wanted to tell you that the moon is in 23 Libra. Yeah, where'd I get Aries? I think maybe Chiron's in Aries. Chiron's opposing. Chiron is the wounded healer. The wounded healer is you and me. It is the hero or the heroine. You come down here, you think you're wounded, you think you're not good enough. You go through trials, you go through tribulations, you struggle. You think you have to go figure out how to slay the dragon, how to make enough money, how to do all these things. And then you ask finally for the blessings of the gods of the universe. And they say, well, of course, we have this tool for you. We have that for you. We've been watching over you. We're here every time you want. You're the one that decided to struggle. You're the one that decided to struggle through it. And that yet what's beautiful about Chiron's story is that this is a Greek story, myth. This is these tell you who you are. Okay, all of them. So when you say this is a myth, and then you're standing in Greece in the mythical city of, but you know, like, so we're going to Crete next year, which is one of my absolute favorites. I can't wait to guide you there. The idea that within these seeds in these places within you are things that speak to each other, that there is nothing wrong with you. There nothing needs to be fixed about you, that you came to transform. So it's not that our desire for change is wrong. It is correct. But we think it's, if I just have more money, I'll feel okay. If I just don't have this hip problem, I'll be okay. If my husband would be loving and support me and support what I do, you know, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you are focused on outside of you that you think is in your way, that is the reason you don't have what you want, that is what you have to fix or get away from or you're cursed by, this is one of the best things to feed to the serpent. Okay, you get swallowed by sacred wisdom. You want to be swallowed by your sacred wisdom because it can only be through the frequency of unconditional love. That's what the sacred serpent is. It is the tree of knowledge, which was twisted by the Christian, right, by the church that wanted to control. The story was, now it is time that you are divine and you've come into your body and you understand, oh, everything is here. The world is abundant. The Garden of Eden is here. I have everything I need. Then knowledge, you remembering you're divine, you have a purpose of a higher level, came down and said, here, are you ready to have knowledge? And that knowledge required you and your divine you to leave the perfection, go through the dark wave, come out to the 2012 portal, into the new cycle, into the state of unity. Now you can rise again, understanding who you are. But everything you did during that time, you did as divine and as human because you died to your divine self. That means you forgot who you were. That was what you were meant to do. Now you've been coming back into remembering, hey, wait a minute, why are we doing that? That's wrong. That's not good. Why do we treat people that way? Why am I treating myself this way? What in the world am I doing chasing this consumeristic thing when what I really want is love or peace or harmony, or, you know, I'd be happy to live in the jungle with 2 cats, or, you know, whatever it is. Okay. This is the awakening. This new reality is offering every moment of this year, of every year. But this is the year of the snake, which is why the people who did go on the Mayan section are truly brave souls. Love you guys, because you went through something, whether you're aware of it or not right now, that was deeply profound. Like when you show up at that level, and we were moving every day, people were like, I can't get my feet straight. I'm discombobbled. I'm checking in and out of a different hotel. I'm going to a different pyramid. I'm having a new transformation. That's the point. That's the point of mystery school initiations. That's the point of life initiations. That's the point of coming of age initiations. And most people have missed their initiations because they keep rescuing themselves. They keep saving themselves. You need a breakdown. You need to lose everything. You need to leave that relationship. You need to be liberated from that job. You need to allow to surrender. But when you're in the moment and you trust that the goddess is here loving you, that Kuku Khan or that sacred divine serpent is coming down. Now, the problem with our Kundalini is that it's imbalanced. So when somebody blows out their Kundalini, we've been taught to be afraid of it, because we've been taught to believe in karma, to believe that karma means you're cursed, you carry this wound, you fucked up, you did something bad, you're going to suffer. Those consequences are here until you chant for 16,000 lifetimes or something. I found this guy, this Chinese guy, and I liked some of his chants. So I went I was invited to his seminar. So I went for a morning to see what I thought. And the chanting was beautiful. The sacred frequencies that we were outside, and it was very nice. And I was like, okay, so far it's good. But there was an underlying energy I couldn't get settled with. My root would not drop. My tail would not drop into the tank. And I found out why after the break. After the break, it turned into, like, if you don't chant for the next 16 years, 20,000 times a day, then you're never going to break free of your karma. And, but if you pay me, we will free you from your karma. But it's like $20,000. And people were crying. People were freaking out. People were running around calling people, trying to sell everything they own, because this person was promising instant freedom from all of your pains and fears if you paid them. Otherwise, you had to spend 16 lifetimes doing some other thing, which was almost impossible. Okay, if you've been told this, if you believe this, if you have anything inside of you that is hooked to an authority, a god, a person, a master, a guru, a tree, an event, a vision, Mother Mary, Jesus, I don't care who it is. There's no one outside of you that is the authority of you. No one. There's not some big mean God above you. There's not no perfect loving goddess beneath you that owns your power. They are there holding space for you to decide what you want, because you're the only one that can. And so your life right now is a direct reflection of who you are. You can lie and pretend that other people don't know what you're really thinking. And during my eclipse journey, the first 7 days, I was moving through the jungle, going to sacred sites, doing sacred chants, and doing some very deep, profound work. And what was not shocking, but interesting, I guess, was how incredibly, excuse me for a second, I'll fix this for you. I was getting just slapped in the face with a judgmental voice inside of me. And this is what I teach, you know. So I teach you what I do. And I can say unequivocally, me or somebody I've worked with has done this, has freed themselves from this, has healed this. I'm not just spewing out someone else's stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm taking information from ancient books or current things, but then I'm going there and having the experience, and then the information's coming through me. So this transformational month has delivered you now, and I loved what we just did. I'm going to do it tonight. So repeat that beautiful process we were guided through, because you got to go out of yourself and watch yourself going through. For me, I was watching from above. I saw me on the eclipse at Chichen Itza, watching the eclipse with the observatory, the Temple of Transformation, right here with the heads reflecting the eclipse. It was just quite profound. And then I saw that portal open, and I saw me going through it. And then I saw it from above, kind of like this, kind of like the timeline that I was going through was like watching. And then there was this big area, which was around the equinox, which is very powerful energy because it's balanced. Among other things, all the things we did. And then I saw it do this until a few days ago when we came out on the solar eclipse. So if you saw it in the morning, it looked like a crescent moon inside the sun, like a sun. And what you want to remember is that first you were eclipsed from your emotions, which is really nice because it gives you freedom to feel what you want, to choose your emotions. Then you went through a balanced portal where you were gifted a lot. So if you didn't see or feel during that process, go back, feel it again, and then just keep opening yourself to it, and then accept, say, thank you. I know that I've received that medicine because I've now recognized it, whether I see it or know it or not. Stop judging everything that's happening within you. You couldn't possibly be aware of everything that's happening with even just your physical body right now. Oh, breathe. Oh, make that cell do this, make these chemicals pass here, make this thing happen, make all the pee turn into, whatever. Like, are you kidding me? Same thing with your spirit body, same thing with your light body. You can't be aware of it all, except the medicine is there, and keep focused on the end result. You are the one, you're the navigator of where you're going. So accept that, enjoy it, go back in time, remember you're timeless. Then as you move forward this month, I think they were telling us this is a shaking month, okay? So like the rattle, this is new. Your crown has something new, has a new level. The caduceus comes up, and once it, in a balanced way, crosses, has that transformation point in every single chakra, It pours the energy, the snake eyes go right here into the third eye. And when the third eye awakens enough, it activates the crown and poof, those wings open. That's what that means. And energetically, that's what's happening to you. And what's very clear to me now is that in my world, in my teachings, we are definitely going to be talking Kundalini. We're going to be actively awakening Kundalini, and it is not what you think. Also, the karma dharma thing and all of that. So now, who am I now? Who do I wish to be? Am I looking for the old way, or am I embodying the new? Let's explore this and open you up to a clear connection to who you've become and release all the past. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you. It came through the cosmic doorway, the vibration shifted. You're not the same person. We've discovered that. You've been liberated from limits, known or unknown. Now, one of the things I want to emphasize is they said to me before we began, and I'm pretty sure during the process, I heard them say, you've been recognized, and I want to tell you what that means. You went through something where you were recognized by a higher power. It could have been that you suddenly felt the energy or saw something or heard Mother Mary, or you met somebody who saw your spirit, or someone in your life recognized you, or you recognized a part of yourself. I don't know what it is, but this happened to me repeatedly during this time frame. And they said this is true for everybody. It requires you to think about it, to acknowledge it. If you were on my retreat, you know of at least one thing that happened to you if you were with me at Shibalba Temple. So now, if you feel that you have no purpose, or you're going that, this is where you're going to replace it with, I love my purpose. I love being on my purpose. I love how it feels. I love being the perfect blending point of ancient and future. I love the deep truths that are a part of me. I love my voice opening. I love the teachings and techniques that are constantly coming into my reality. I love how I am easily aware of my higher states of consciousness, and I begin to embody them more and more. How am I unmuting my soul and discover what's next in your human story? Okay, so thank you for being with me, for sharing this wonderful time. I do want to ask if you would like to join the Wishes Fulfilled. It's interesting what's happened with that is that there's people who actually think that it's either going to be a bully fest like other coaching programs where you have an accountability and you get on a call and it's all about the 2 or 3 people who are like, I had a huge success. Yay me, look at me, la, la, la. And you sit in the background feeling like shit, or like, did you do what you wanted? Why didn't you do what you wanted? Or giving you advice that is not resonant for you because the person leading it is beneath you. I mean, energetically. Okay. All these are signs, because if everything is a reflection, that you are listening to, you're believing. There's a part of you that thinks that you're not as aligned, wise, awakened, ready as you are. If you're here with me, then you know you're ready. So Wishes Fulfilled is in the shop. It is on sale. You've got through Monday to join us. And this is a group that gelled so beautifully and manifests such amazing things in their lives individually and coming to the retreat and other beautiful things, that the idea to continue was not only within me, but it was asked for. And we want to open our arms to welcome you. If you are everybody, I think, except for maybe 2 people or something, continued. And we have a few new people, and we would love to welcome you if you feel called. So what this is a beautiful, loving space where we talk about the divine energies. We talk about the energies that are happening. We talk about exactly what's happening for you, fears you're running into. You learn from hearing other people. I do readings. I do guided processes. We talk about a particular divine law or something that's relevant right now. Like, are you feeling this? Okay, here's how we do it. This is about taking very high and deep spiritual truths embodying them in a way that is practical and makes a difference right now. I don't want you working hard and waiting. I don't want you to think, oh, I have to wait till I'm at level 5 in order for me to manifest what I want. No, I want you to come in and I want you to manifest in the first week, if that's what's ideal for you, optimal, if you're ready for that, something that you really wish for. Okay, so that is happening. Also, there is a, let's see if I can find, I guess it would be here. We have coming up in June, we will have let's see if I can find it. Here it is. We will have our Oracle card class. So right now, it's the only way to buy the Oracle deck is to join the class. And we've had to postpone it a little bit because of the printers and a lot of other things happening in the world. So we've shifted to a beautiful printer in California, and we'll be able to get those out to you. And we will have the course. You will have all of the classes. I'm going to not only introduce you to these beings who came through for this deck. These are living beings. These are embodiments of sacred feminine mysteries. What does that mean? Does it mean you have to be a woman? No. It means that sacred feminine mysteries, the truths, the laws of the universe that have been squashed, disempowered, belittled, erased, burned, are rising again, and they're rising within us. And so each of them embodies a truth, a portal, an experience. So I teach you already. There's on my YouTube here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get on nanakasha.com too, because we want to tell you when all these things are happening. And you have, I've already done a YouTube about it where I teach you how to communicate with this or any Oracle deck in a way where you're communing on multiple levels of energy through your heart, through maybe your actual cells, your DNA, through your mind, through your past lives. Everything exists right now. So it's an intuition accelerating course, which will then lead into our intuition awakening course this summer. This summer, our intuition awakening course, we're going to be sharing that very soon too, is going to be in July and early August. And this is the powerhouse of all of the courses that we do. This is the springboard. This is the tower with which most people enter and leap into the next level of their life. So there were several people on my retreat that were talking about how several years ago they maybe had watched my YouTube for a while, or they had become aware of me and they joined the Intuition Awakening class or the certification class, and that came with it. And it changed everything in their life, and that they really wouldn't know where they would be right now. Why? Because I'm empowering you. I'm not saying do it this way and only do it this way. And the Oracle card is the same thing. There's a certification aspect to it if you would like. That's additional couple of classes that you can then go out and do readings for people. And I'll teach you a specific process in that aspect. This aspect is getting to know these energies. Certain ones are going to want to channel through us. This is going to awaken your ability to channel, to communicate. Light languages in many other ways. Light languages are not just spewing language that you don't understand. That you don't, that's not English, I guess is a better way to do it. That's just one very small thing that's taken over the idea of light language. We've been teaching it and learning and communicating with light languages for us. It's any form of subtle light language. So the symbols on here, the being that embodies it, the things that we've added, the meaning, what this being told me it was. So first I called in a ceremony, then certain entities came through, then I would share with Chris and I would go back and forth with the artwork. Then when we found, I think this is it, we would add some other symbols and things, and then I would start to communicate with that essence, that being, that mystery, and then the book and the meaning and everything downloaded. So this is a very powerful process that you're going to become intimate with, because I believe this is a process of truth being channeled through you in your own pure intuitive way. And you may not want to make an oracle deck or a book or teach a class. However, what if you wanted to know what your most powerful positive job is, or position is, or next step is, or where you'd like to move, or what you would like to feel like? all of these energies here, if you call them in through ceremony, you start to see them, feel them, imagine them, let them take shape, take form. Do you see that that is the wishes fulfilled formula? That is the magical manifesting formula. First, you open your spirit to life, to love, to heart, to everything. As it comes down to you and through you and around you, then you start to speak it into form. It looks like this. It is a goddess with feathers, and she's Mayan, and there's a jaguar, and there's a pyramid, and it's at night, and there's stars, and then she's holding this and that, right? Then the vision comes. That's a thought. You're using your words to create. You're using your vision, your imagination. Those start to marry. Then the emotion comes forward, whether you're creating a card like we did, Chris and I did. Let's see, are there any more here? No, okay. I do, however, I wonder if I can change here and pop over to someone. Now, are you seeing that? No, okay. So I have to actually stop and start again. Might as well keep going since I'm here. Okay, there we go. Very specific, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and share some of the cards with you. You can get on the payment plan. It's very, very worth your while, because not only having the deck, you're going to get the book in a PDF form. It's huge, and it's going to be a separate book from the actual physical one. These are encoded. You can feel them. You can speak to them. You can put them on your altar. You can put them next to your food. They're intuitive just with the card and the meaning on them, and they are speaking to you as an aspect of you. These are filled with medicine, with light, with sacred geometry, with codes, with beings, with multidimensional essences. This is a portal for parts of you, wisdom from you, other lives of you, other mentors of you, spirit guides, stars, stargates, who knows what is coming alive within you. And then you're blending that with who you are now and who you came here to be. These free your mind. These open up many pathways to you. And this is what this deck is about. It's called Prosperity Magic. Why? Because prosperity is to thrive, is to feel safe, to feel like you have a foundation, to trust that blueprint within you, to grow, to open your heart, to be vulnerable, to reach up, to decapitate your ego, and to let that tree of life grow from you. Let free the kundalini, the life force, and let free your tree, your beauty, your vision, your imagination that grows flowers and fruits and feeds the world. Okay, so this is an awakening class. It's an intuition class. It's an acceleration of your actual, I would say, your ability, your connections, your senses, your receptors. Okay, they're showing me a lot of that. So somebody saw this, we were sharing them on the retreat, and somebody's like, wow, this is my family. I'm like, yeah, right. So these are some of the cards, some of the beings, some of the energies, and I hope that you will join us. And the deck will be yours, of course, in the physical form, but then we will be doing our classes. We'll be channeling. We'll be talking to these entities. We'll be learning new ways of working with them and new ways for you to use all kinds of oracle cards. You are an oracle, whether you've been trained as it, whether you remember your life as it. An oracle is somebody who receives and understands and is willing to be the channel, the conduit, and the transformer for intuitive energy, for light language. That's it. So you're an oracle. Okay, my loves, I love you. Take care. I'm so excited for the class too, Kier, the Oracle deck. We were talking to them, we were playing with them. I know that Grace comes over and over and over. She does her cards every day, and they speak to her in such a profound way. She goes on dreams with them. If she hasn't gotten the current lesson, they'll reappear each day. I pulled some on my journey, and I kid you not, I pulled the Jaguar Mayan one Mayan card out of the whole deck. And I was on the beginning of my Mayan journey in Chichen Itza that night of the eclipse, and I pulled that one. I was like, are you kidding me? So it's so wonderful when you have these friends, these allies around you, right? So the Wishes Fulfilled group is magical. Thank you, Holly. It's truly a group of loving, supportive, amazing people, never judgment, only support. Thank you, sweetie. Absolutely. And it's important because I have people tell me, oh, I didn't join because I don't want to be accountable, or I don't have time. And that's fair. You need to feel called. I'm definitely not interested in forcing anybody to join. However, it's difficult to be heard through the much noise that's out there right now, and the NLP and the expert marketing voice and the willingness of some people to use their solar power to push people into something. So not only do I teach you that the harder you push, the harder it is, the less you get what you want, the further away it is. But that's true with other things too. That if you want your mother to be healed of her painful condition, if you choose she's healed, decide she's healed, see her healed, feel yourself happy, hear her feeling happy, saying thank you to the gods, to whatever, for this beautiful thing, and you then say, fully enter that end result and do nothing in the physical, it can come true in days or weeks or months or whenever that is. It will. And that's the part where we lose faith and doubt comes up. So it's important. If you feel, I wasn't a group person, so I'll be honest, if you're feeling like, I don't know. Lama, wisdom of the ages, as Wayne Dyer would say. Wayne Dyer, I know, I love some of his sayings. My favorite is, you must free yourself of the good opinion of others. That means fuck everybody else's opinion. Stop worrying about what they think. Stop being attached to what they think. And I needed to hear that from 1,000 teachers for a very long time to continue to give myself permission to let go of worrying what everybody else thought of me, trying to please everybody. Instead, be yourself, be light, be love, be here now, accept everything you were, let it all become the filter, the gnat that Gaia has, that Ishel has. Let them pan for the gold, let everything else go. Let grandmother take it in, yum, 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 and compost it and turn it into juicy fertilizer for your soul. And then realize this is what you have. This is what you are. This is what you're supported by. And that's the beauty. We can do that. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. And I will see you. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. I will see you. There it is. Okay. I will go back one more time. Ta-da! So it will be in the emails, and it should be right here on YouTube for you, especially if you subscribe. But on Friday morning, and it's going to be kind of early because I have some other magical things happening on Friday, we're going to talk about manifesting your wishes now. So it's going to be some of the excitement, some of the possibilities that are next level that we're going to be doing in the Wishes Fulfilled. So if you are in that class already, this is going to be a must see. And if you can't come live, don't worry, we'll put it in your portal. We'll give it to you. And if you're not, either way, please come and enjoy this, because we're going to take the new world that we're in. We're going to take these energies that we're maybe not familiar with or don't even know are here yet, and then go into some of these divine principles. I love this picture. This was at the start of my retreat. So we began in Playa del Carmen. The sun was rising over the Caribbean Ocean. Out there is Cozumel, Ishel's island. When I lived there and looked out over this ocean, I saw more rainbows than I have ever seen in my life. And there's a temple to her. She's the rainbow goddess on there. There's my drum, and from my Mayan teacher. That is, wow, it sat on his altar for 4 years. So you know that's some serious medicine. And I went to the roof to open the ceremony, to open the retreat, to drum in the sunset. And I felt super, super blessed to not only be on that journey, but to be in tune with these energies that came along the way, because of me, but because of the people who were on it as well. So manifest your wishes now is Friday, and we have a lot more exciting shows coming up. I'm so happy that I'm back and able to do live for you. And please share with me anything that you think you would like to ask, any shows that you think I would be good for me to be on, any speakers that you think would be great for me to have on my show. We're going to be doing some of that. And I'm going to go now because I have another appointment. Thank you. Bye.